Hello, you. We are still trying to get all the achievements. As a reminder, here is an overview of what we really want to achieve and some extra rules. I will not go through this in detail, for that is the first episode. So far we are at 3 of the total 83 achievements we are trying to go for. A lot of work ahead. And speaking of last time, completely vanilla, so no mods. Ignore the ones that are deactivated. Yeah, right. Luckily, you guys are paying attention. Thank you, AP Temchik. To fix this, I could activate the Space Age DLC and load the save file. This will migrate the save file to a Space Age file. However, this breaks one achievement. Okay, I guess I used the map seed and just replayed to the point of the last video. Luckily, we didn't get that far. Let's make a quick factory tour of what we've done in the last episode. Some power generation and some pure mining. Impressive, I know. Last time we stripped our production area, so we need to rebuild it. This time we build it closer to the mining area, so we don't need to run so much back and forth. Efficiency. Now we can produce more stuff. The next thing we want to build is a better and more automated smelting area. The question is just where. We are surrounded by trees and chopping them all down is way too much effort. Obviously, the only good place would be here near the ship, so that the beginner factory can expand in this area. In the background, I have already placed a blueprint for 2 smelting arrays, both producing half a yellow belt, and have already crafted all items. What is this? A montage? Where did this came from? Anyway, we can connect the coal by stealing some from our power supply to get the furnace feed with coal. I know the shipwreck is in the way. We will not demolish it. We are proud of our failures and want them visible, no matter how painful it is to build around it. Coal alone is not enough to get anywhere. We also need to mine and belt the ores there. First, iron ore. But how do we get it up there? Oh no. The spaghetti already begins. Let's not forget to power the new electric miners as well as our smelting array. Copper ore is next to get it to the smelting array. This time, let's start with figuring out how to build it there. Well, in my preparation I underestimated how many belts we would need. Hang on a second. Okay, with enough belts we can finish the job. Just get the old setup out of the way and replace it with the new one. And connect the power, of course. Finally, we have 2 smelting arrays producing half a belt of iron and copper plates. The feeding system here splits the incoming ore belt onto 2 belts and feeds the coal on the other side. This provides coal to all smelters and it can process an entire belt of ores if you have enough smelters and miners to saturate the belts. Since you only need very little coal, you can stack the system quite often, if you plan it right, which we won't. Having a smelter stack is nice, but we need more production and something that we can call a factory. For that we need to make some preparation. But first we want to improve our iron ore mining. Still not enough. we improve it once more. Our ore patch is not really big and the number of miners you can fit determines how much ore you can mine. By using undergrounds you can create space for power poles and get a tight footprint. Again, okay, now we have enough miners. This improves the amount of iron plates we get. With great mining comes great power consumption. So we need to expand our power production. Much better. Off screen I have prepared for some base building. The idea is to build some rudimentary main bus to get us going. The beginner base should go up north somewhere. So let's build our plates up there. The first thing we want to build are green circuits. They are annoying to build on the side and I prefer to build them centralized. We use the classic 3:2 ratio of copper cable to circuit assemblers. With this design you can expand it when needed and mirror it on the other side to get a full belt. Maybe we will do it at some point later. Now we will have some green circuits on the main belt. After expanding the main bus, the first item production we want to automate are belts, underground and splitters. We always need many of those and it's time consuming to build them manually with assemblers. At this stage we don't care about perfect ratios, we just want some production. The belt production gets its own gear production. The splitters and undergrounds can share their own belt production. For the splitters we can utilize our green circuit main bus. It is important to limit our chests. Otherwise we waste a lot of resources on things that we don't need that early on. To get to a bare minimum of supplies we want to continue on building some sort of mini-mall. I hate taking blueprints from others. It just makes the game boring. So we design our own inefficient mess. A good way of doing it is to cluster items that take the same ingredients, like inserters, assemblers, miners, and so on. We build the mini-mall somewhere above the bus. That way we make sure it is a pain to expand the bus when we need it. Green circuits and iron plates can go together on one belt on one side of the assembler chain. On the other side we want to have gears. For that we build a small expandable side belt. Look how I mess up getting gears on both sides of the belt. Now we can build the mini-mall and start with yellow and red inserters. Now I also notice my mistake. Next up are assemblers, as we already lacking those. We can expand this column as needed to automate more supplies. With the newly built assembler from our mall we can also automate the electric mining drill production. Since we are expanding north we are getting close to the biters. We have not been attacked so far, but it's just a matter of time until these pesky biters pay us a visit. So we should probably start automating some military stuff, like bullets and gun turrets. We will build those at the beginning of our main bus so that they get priority in resource distribution and we don't run dry on bullets. We still need to build the gun turrets. Oh, physical projectile damage is finished. This took forever with just a single research lab. Let's get a quick one next. Lamp, so it won't be so dark at night. We need to improve our slow research. I will build the red science production further down the main bus. That way our building supplies always have priority and whatever is left goes into science. I think 4 assemblers should be good for now. We finish lamp and radar rather soon. Let's get steel next. Time to move the lab. Done. Finally we can see the progress meter for science scrolling forward. I guess that's something. Research is going quicker now, so I might as well queue up some more. Faster inserters, walls, green signs. Not that any of this will matter in the long run. Before I was able to hit the record button, we got this random achievement. There is not much resources left to go into science. The reason? We only built half a yellow belt of a smelt stack. Typical. We'll expand it, I guess. Not like that we have a choice. After improving the smelter stack, our iron ore belt is not fully saturated. Of course it isn't. We double the iron plate production. It's dark in here. This time we have lights. Much better, almost like daylight. Wait, what? Oh no. Okay, bye.